Welcome to our own Paulsboro, a new show, and this program comes to you from the Damager Little League Complex here in Paulsboro, where actually Paulsboro meets the Delaware River. Irma, a lot of memories here.
This is almost like the Howell Halls of Paulsboro High School. Our boys played there. Your brothers played here. Lou Damager and that group in the early 50s. It's just legends here.
Yeah, a lot of years has passed. The complex looks really good.
Oh, it looks wonderful. They've always done a great job here. Our volunteers, John.
All volunteers. All of it. Got an interesting program for you. The mayor's going to join us since we haven't taped a new show in a while. We're going to get an update on Thompson Avenue, when the new water bills will be coming and how the water meters are going to be read. Pretty interesting stuff, as well as the gentleman and the group that's running this Little League. We're going to talk to Gary, get all the details, and maybe see how you can be involved, get an idea what the schedule's like. And Paul Morina is going to join us. Recapping the very successful high school wrestling season, state champion, but a lot of other things occurred as well that we think you'll enjoy. Then we'll be back with Irma for an extended community notes. We'll be right back.
Multi-policy discount, paperless discount, paid in full discount, homeowners discount, safe driver discount, chipmunk family reunion. Someone stole the nuts. Squirrel jail. Justice.
Countless discounts. Now that's progressive. Call or click today.
Thinking about a new appliance or an LCD TV? Don't think twice. Think Weiss. Weiss True Value has a full line of LCD TVs plus a great variety of appliances. And of course, hardware items like True Test paints, Master Mechanic tools, electrical supplies, key duplicating, and Rug Doctor rentals. And for repairs on screens and windows, look no further. Weiss True Value, from making keys to selling appliances and LCD TVs. Don't think twice. Think Weiss. 39 West Broad Street, Paulsboro.
For everything, there's a season, and a time for everything under heaven. A time for sharing, a time for caring, a time for remembering, and a time for parting. When that time arrives, let Beth McBride Foley and Thomas D. Foley at the McBride Foley Funeral Home help you in your time of need. Offering a wide variety of funeral services from cremation to traditional, McBride Foley Funeral Home has been helping families with the loss of a loved one with over 50 years of combined service. McBride Foley Funeral Home, 228 West Broad Street, Paulsboro.
And welcome back. We're with Gary Goss. He is the president of the Paulsboro Little League. It's a beautiful afternoon to be out, by the way. Just a nice day. The season hasn't opened yet. We're taping this on, I guess we're April the 9th, right?
Yeah, 9th.
April 9th. So the season will open this coming Saturday, but this program likely will air after the opening. So first of all, Gary, the place just looks beautiful.
Thank you.
I realize volunteers are always hard to come by, but whatever group you put together here seems to be doing the job.
Yeah, I mean, we got a new board this year. From previous years, it's been light, so we did a lot of recruiting through social media, friends, things like that, to get people out to start coaching and volunteer. We have a vice president, treasurer, secretary, a sponsorship fundraiser, agent, player agent, and safety agent as well. So we have a full board this year.
How many kids will participate, do you think, this year as you start the season?
Approximately 140 kids this year. We have 12 teams across different age groups. We have 4 T-ball teams, 2 coach pitch boys teams, 1 coach pitch softball team, 2 minor boys. We have a major girls, major boys, and also another minor girls softball team. So we have kids ranging from 4 years old all the way up to 13 this year. So.
4 years old. It's hard to believe.
Yeah,
that's very hard to believe. I noticed on this main field that we're on that it looks like a lot of work was done to the infield because it used to have a big lip and now it's leveled out pretty nicely.
Yeah, so we decided to get rid of the lip, which was the mound that was originally put back here in 2015 for a 50-70 team, which we no longer participate or have. So in order to be able to accommodate all the teams this year, we decided to remove the mound, get rid of it completely, and bought a portable mound that we could take on and off the field to be able to have baseball and softball both played on this field at the same time.
It also looks like there's been some attention to grooming on the dirt surface because I noticed as the dirt meets the outfield, that used to have a lip that was adventurous. That's gone, and the compact on this,
as we like to say.
And the compacting of the soil feels pretty good under my feet.
Yeah, I mean, part of that was the restructuring of this field back in 2015. They completely leveled it, graded it. brought in, standard infield mix. Over the years, dirt's been put on top to keep it nice and clean, fresh. This year, we decided to take the old dirt, mix in with some fresh dirt, and Herman at the borough helped us out a lot with that, with the backhoe, dumping it, mixing it, all of that.
And it really looks good. All the fields look nice. So what is the season schedule like? Because people watching may want to come out. You may not have the kids any longer, but the price is right because there's no admission price. There's a refreshment stand.
Correct.
There's parking. Place is easy to navigate. There's seating. So how will the schedule work?
We're still getting a couple schedules in as of right now. We pretty much will have a game down here just about every night of the week, including Saturday mornings for a few teams. So it's going to be pretty busy most of the week.
And the weeknight games start what time?
6 o'clock. Most of them start at 6 p.m. I don't think we'll have any major night games. We'll see. We do have lights on this field. Eventually, I would like to get lights down at the minor field as well, so we can have night games down there, possibly tournaments, things like that.
Very good. We're visiting with Gary Goss. He is the president of the Paulsboro Little League. If you live in town, if you don't live in town for that matter, stop down and see a game, support these kids. And I'm sure if you see Gary or some of his group, they're always looking for volunteers to help, sponsorships to help, because everything that happens here really just goes right to the kids. It's a good program. It's been around for over 50 years, served a lot of kids. Stay with us. We're coming right back. Wait.
I was going to say, this is year 66, I believe.
Year 66. I thought it was just over 50.
1953.
53, year before I was born. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Life is a journey that we travel with a lot of uncertainty. When your family is faced with change and you're in need of understanding, direction, honesty, and professionalism, we at the Landolfi Funeral Home have a tradition of assisting you with all of your needs in any way that we can. We offer many affordable funeral services. Please feel free to call us with any questions you may have or visit us at www.landolfifuneralhome.com.
Rizzo Family Chiropractic Center in Gibbstown offers pain relief with a difference. Using specific chiropractic adjustments, Rizzo Family Chiropractic will get to the root of your problem quickly. Bring your headaches, neck, back, joint, or limb pain to Dr. Karen Rizzo. If you have recurring pain, chiropractic can help. Rizzo Family Chiropractic can relieve many sources of pain without extended treatment and ongoing therapy. Give your family the gift of caring professional pain relief with a difference. Rizzo Family Chiropractic.
Come on down Route 55 to the Millville Airport. Visit Smith & Jackson Military Antiques and Firearms, a gun shop with a woman's touch. Buying, selling, and trading firearms and military items, especially seeking World War II, German, Japanese, and American items. Buying single items or entire collections. That's Smith & Jackson Military Antiques and Firearms at the Millville Airport, 21 Peterson Street, next to the Glasstown Brewing Company.
And welcome back. Happy to have the mayor of Paulsboro join us, Gary Stevenson. 2 guests in a row with the first name of Gary. That does not happen that often. We're fighting the sun a little bit, but it's a perfect setup for Fred shooting into the dugout, so we'll deal with the sun. Well, Gary, first of all, welcome. We haven't done a program in a while. I see the work on Thompson Avenue has recommenced. Looks like a big job.
First, thank you for having me here. And boy, this brings back memories. 50 years ago, looking at this field, I was on Pegasus. We had companies like Exchange and Kiwanis, well-known organizations, and they helped our town greatly. The Mr. Savages, the Raveleys, Damagers, the Madeiras and Trotmans umpiring, yelling at them. You hear Mary Oswald yelling at them every game. What memories it brings back. Thank you to our volunteers for keeping this going. We grew up in our days of playing baseball every day. Every lot was open. So just brings back memories to be here, and I want to thank all the volunteers.
As I mentioned to Gary, who was on, Gary, the president, the facility looks great.
It looks good. They've done a great job. We can't do it all, but we help them out. Our borough helped them out tremendously. But in the end, these volunteers are the ones that make this field look so beautiful.
Gary, they do. Update on some municipal stuff I was about to mention.
Thing.
So Thompson Avenue has restarted. That's a big project.
John, I hope the next time you shoot a show in September, you and I are talking how great it is and no more flooding. I believe it'll be done by then. They're in the final phase of that project, doing the stormwater, and we expect great things. That's getting a lot of feedback from the folks that are living there, how great it is now, and it's not even done. So after 60, 70 years of that street flooding all the way down to the creek, it's beautiful. We have the water meters. That started. Folks, sorry for the bad news, but the beginning April 1st, water meters began ticking, the clock began ticking, and now you're going to pretty much pay what you use. Now you get 15,000 gallons like you always have. But if you water your lawn a lot, you got 10 kids getting showers every day, toilets running, please. That is the biggest water usage is toilets running. You wouldn't believe how much it is, but I know somebody over the course of a weekend went through 5,000 gallons. So those bills, be careful.
Well, it adds up. And so the old quarterly system we had did not happen because the new system's in place. So these meters are being read at a distance, right, Gary?
Yes, up on the water towers. We have a computer system that reads them right from your house, and then once in a quarter or so, they'll actually go around, just double check and make sure that, the two things are matching. If you have a problem, you think you've been overbilled, or you're not even sure, please call our borough. The water department will be glad to come out, check your house out, check whatever residents you have. We don't want you to overpay. We're not making a ton of money off of this. We're mandated by the state to do it, and we have to do it. So please call the borough, 423-1500. We'll gladly send somebody out. If you have a question, call.
Yeah, and just to get a sense of it, as the mayor is saying, so under the old billing system, the base remains the same, correct, Gary? So the quarterly base is the same for the first 15,000 gallons.
Correct.
Anything over 15,000 gallons is going to be how much a gallon? Is it a gallon or by 1,000 gallons?
It's by 1,000, like $5. Everyone should have gotten or received a letter to explain all of that. If you haven't received a letter, call the borough. We'll gladly send one right out to you. But yeah, you're pretty much right on that.
Very good. Now, also too, there's been over time we've had various people on the show. Gary has been hands-on dealing with this Paulsboro Plaza issue because we expected a lot of things to happen there. The developer, unfortunately, has been struggling. I should say the redeveloper because it's a redevelopment project. The mayor can say only so many things because there's some complications, but just a general commentary on that, Gary, because I know you're dealing with it constantly.
And it is. I can only say so much. I know a lot of things going on, but it's not for me to speak about the redeveloper's issues, but he's working hard. We have another owner of that plaza who's been giving us a hard time. It's just a mess right now. I'm helping as much as I can legally from the borough standpoint, but Dollar Tree has signed up to be there for 15 years at least. So it's a matter of the developer getting some more money, settling a couple of issues, and all that will come together. The old grants, Ames, depending on what age you are, Kmart, will be torn down, and then we'll go from that point on. But, we do have a plan in place for a beauty place, a Dollar Tree, a UPS store, whatever. All that I've seen from the developer. He's trying to make that happen. It's just, of course, it's always money. So we're doing our best to help him.
Always money. And we'll close out the segment because the mayor has been aggressive on his demolition of derelict properties. He's got a couple partnerships in place. One, the county, finally getting ready to go back out to bid 2 more, and you're going to do a few.
Oh, yes. And I want to thank the county, especially you leading the charge on that. We budgeted for about 5 more teardowns. County's going to do a couple more. Right now, we're in meetings with a couple of builders that are going to come in, buy some properties from us. They're going to redevelop them into housing, home ownership. I'll start the program on how people can get their mortgage money. It's all coming together finally after years. It just takes a while. You know that.
It takes a while, but your group, your governing body, yourself, making real effort. I know firsthand how it's not only is it challenging, it can be frustrating because you want things to happen quickly. I can tell you the mayor is on it, and he's on it nonstop. Gary, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. We're going to visit with Paul Morina next.
Multi-policy discount, paperless discount, paid in full discount, homeowners discount, safe driver discount, chipmunk family reunion, someone stole the nuts, squirrel jail, justice.
Countless discounts. Now that's progressive. Call or click today.
Thinking about a new appliance or an LCD TV? Don't think twice, think Weiss. Weiss True Value has a full line of LCD TVs plus a great variety of appliances. And of course, hardware items like TrueTest paints, master mechanic tools, electrical supplies, key duplicating, and rug doctor rentals. And for repairs on screens and windows, look no further. Weiss True Value, from making keys to selling appliances and LCD TVs. Don't think twice, think Weiss. 39 West Broad Street, Paulsboro.
For everything, there's a season, and a time for everything under heaven. A time for sharing, a time for caring, a time for remembering, and a time for parting. When that time arrives, let Beth McBride Foley and Thomas D. Foley at the McBride Foley Funeral Home help you in your time of need. Offering a wide variety of funeral services from cremation to traditional, McBride Foley Funeral Home has been helping families with the loss of a loved one with over 50 years of combined service. McBride Foley Funeral Home, 228 West Broad Street, Paulsboro.
And welcome back. We continue our program here at the Lewis Damager Little League Complex. Of course, this is named after Lou Damager, great advocate for kids in Paulsboro, wonderful mayor. Of course, his son Robert goes on now to serve as a freeholder, director of the Gloucester County Freeholder Board, but it's nice to see his name properly recognized here. And with us now is Paul Morina. We actually, because we've been delayed in taping, haven't had a chance to have Paul on, but had a magnificent season this year with his wrestling team. Of course, Paul is also the principal of the high school. He's got a full plate and also involved in Hometown Deli, which has wonderful sandwiches, by the way. But Paul, welcome. Big accomplishments this year, #1 team in South Jersey, and I can say it very safely, the #1 public high school wrestling team in New Jersey. You had a big year of a team, although you ended up with a state champion. It seemed to be an across-the-board team effort without one single superstar all the time.
Yeah, we had a really good group of kids, a really strong group of seniors. We probably had like 7 or 8 seniors that wrestled in the starting lineup, and they were just, every one of them were leaders, and they were mature, and they just had the right attitude. They worked hard every day, and they were just good examples for our younger kids, and it all tied in at the end of the season when we came tournament time.
Oh, yeah, you guys performed magnificently. Well, it performed real well all through the year, running through the schedule as you did. But that stuff doesn't come easily. It starts early. And what a reflection on yourself, the coaches, the mentoring that occurs to bring those kids along.
Yeah, we put a lot of time in. People don't see the off season, what we do with kids with weight training and going to camps and just working out and keeping the kids busy all year around. That's the key. And these kids, they were busy. A lot of them wrestled in national tournaments in the off season, and it paid off, especially when it came for the states. When we had kids placing where they did.
Oh, you had tremendous representation. And if you recap the year, wins the Colonial Conference, wins South Jersey Group 1, wins State Group 1, wins the district, regional champs, and then on to a state champ. Paul, that's a complete year.
Yeah, you can. It's a hard year to follow. I just can't say enough about our coaching staff and just what the time that they put in and the hard work and effort that they give, and we just had a great group of kids.
And everything runs together because you work a year round. But as you think, looking back onto the season, does a particular point stand out when you knew that this group of kids were going to gel?
Yeah, we started the season kind of slow. I think every year, because of football, our kids take a few extra weeks early on in the season to get in shape because most of them play football. And once we had a brick memorial tournament, and we wrestled. We didn't wrestle very well in that tournament, I thought. But then when we went to the Newton duels, they beat a very good South Plainfield by like 20 points. And it kind of just sparked the whole team. And I think we beat everybody by 20 points or more, and everyone we wrestled. And we had a very tough schedule.
Oh, no, you had a difficult schedule. Of course, you end up with a state champion, but you had a lot of champions on that team from top to bottom. But tell us about your state champion this year. Seems like a nice young man.
Yeah, Brandon Green. He's a junior. He just has a lot of character. He's a young man who just sort of quiet, but on the mat he's just very talented. And he actually revenged the loss from the week before, and the boy wrestled in the finals. And he was no doubt about it. He had like 5-6 takedowns in the match and just dominated. So he's been someone who puts a lot of work and effort in the off season. And my nephew Santino, he took third as a senior, 3-time region champ. He had a great year. And we had Jacob Perez, who was second in the state. Young man, lost to the #1 wrestler in the country in the finals, but he went right after him.
I stayed right with him, I thought.
Yeah, he did. He wrestled very well. And had George Worthy that placed 7th. Good group of kids. I I can't say enough about their effort, and it's going to be a hard group to follow.
Well, you had a special year this year with the mix of Dukas and Morinas on that team. That was almost once in a lifetime.
That's the last of them for a while, but it was special to have my son Anthony wrestle and Gino Duca being one of the last of the Ducas, and we're very proud of our families. Both families are very proud of the tradition of wrestling that's in our family.
We're very proud of you, Paul. We're very grateful that you continue this work you do because, as I've said and I say publicly, when you coach kids today, if the kids don't have a level of trust in you as a coach, you have no chance of being successful in bringing the kids along. And the results that Paul gets from these kids tells you the respect and trust that they have in him and his coaching staff. It's a great benefit to both because a lot of growth happens in these athletic programs. Really complements what takes place in the classroom. Paul, just a wonderful year. Thank you. Really appreciate it, brother. Stay with us. We're going to come right back. It's time for Community Notes with Irma Stevenson. It's why we do the show. We'll be right back.
Life is a journey that we travel with a lot of uncertainty. When your family is faced with change and you're in need of understanding, direction, honesty, and professionalism, we at the Landolfi Funeral Home have a tradition of assisting you with all of your needs in any way that we can. We offer many affordable funeral services. Please feel free to call us with any questions you may have or visit us at www.landolfifuneralhome.com.
Rizzo Family Chiropractic Center in Gibbstown offers pain relief with a difference. Using specific chiropractic adjustments, Rizzo Family Chiropractic will get to the root of your problem quickly. Bring your headaches, neck, back, joint, or limb pain to Dr. Karen Rizzo. If you have recurring pain, chiropractic can help. Rizzo Family Chiropractic can relieve many sources of pain without extended treatment and ongoing therapy. Give your family the gift of caring professional pain relief with a difference. Rizzo Family Chiropractic.
Come on down Route 55 to the Millville Airport. Visit Smith & Jackson Military Antiques and Firearms, a gun shop with a woman's touch. Buying, selling, and trading firearms and military items, especially seeking World War II, German, Japanese, and American items. Buying single items or entire collections. That's Smith & Jackson Military Antiques and Firearms at the Millville Airport, 21 Peterson Street, next to the Glasstown Brewing Company.
And welcome back. We're on the baseball diamond here at the Lewis Damager Little League Complex here in Paulsboro, because where else would we be but Paulsboro? And, of course, I'm always on a baseball diamond in a suit and tie, just like Connie Mack. Irma, what a beautiful afternoon.
Yeah, John, everybody, my shirt, Paul, come to Paulsboro, vacation land of America.
Yes, it's a vacation capital.
Capital of the world. Jimmy Wade, great class of 76, classmate of my son Walt. He made sure I had one, John. Yeah. Happy birthdays. Boy, do I have a lot of birthdays. Ron Ragnelli, Andre Bay, Gene Bay, Jim Horner, Shirley Kid Reed, Raylan Stevenson, Bunny Clegg, Towie Vini, Rosalind Coble, Edie Bear, Zach Guerin, Easy Rider, Brenda Stevenson.
Easy Rider?
That's my grandson, Ethan Zachary Ryder. My two son-in-laws, John and Fred, named him.
Now I understand.
You understand. Yeah. Brenda Stevenson, Walt Stevenson, Joe Stalter, Sister Joanne Berchichelli, Cindy Trout, Denise Alcott, Ray Williams, and our great freeholder, Jim Jefferson, Dennis Sakwa, Al Lippiton, Archie Romnick, Milton Brown, Robert Montgomery, Ricky Bierman, Marissa Miller, Georgie Nordoff, Carl Merrill, Maria Elena Morina, Ida O'Leary, Gene Maddox, and Major Claude Berthel of the United States Marine Corps, Abby Llewellyn, Ace Haddock, Brian Zane, Drake Williams, Russell Carter, Margaret Ledoux, Jerry Polick, and Margie Carson.
It's a good group, Irma.
Well, yeah. Happy anniversaries to Greg and Colleen Armstrong, Gary and Raylyn Stevenson, Lisa and Bill Mitchell, Ray and Peggy Williams, Bonnie and John Haddock, Lisa and Brian Campasso, Jill and Zach Guerin, Debbie and Anthony Kniestout, Mary Ed and Pat Relation, Angie and Ray Gezzi, and Carol and Link Kessler. Happy birthdays and happy anniversaries. And John, the Gill Memorial Library at 145 East Broad Street in the Borough will present a genealogy workshop for beginners with Eileen Shanahan of the Gloucester County Historical Society. It will be held at Paulsboro Library, 10:30 a.m., May 4th. Sign up today, 423-5155, and it's free.
Nice. The library's doing a wonderful job as a community center.
Oh, it is, John. We have reading times for our kids. Go in there. They have new books, that papers. The girls are great in there. And the displays. We have 73,000 something on our big Facebook, on our hits, and on how many people were in Paulsboro over the years.
Stuff.
So if you have any items in historical, please give them to the library. Yep. And they were cared, were loved. John, on April 27th, don't forget our Little League Parade, 10 o'clock off at the Paulsboro Firehouse down to here.
Oh, and this will air after that, Irma, so we'll get some footage.
We'll get footage. And at 12 noon that day, the senior citizens are having a silent Chinese auction, John. So isn't that neat?
I
the
don't know.
Chinese are still in Paulsboro. And also, Gloucester County certified gardeners, which I'm not because I have a brown thumb, horticultural synopsism on April 23rd at the offices of Government Service Building in Clayton. Call 856-307-6456 if you want to attend. And this is really important to all the parents who have been waiting for their children to go to school, John. Paulsboro Public Schools will hold registration for full day preschool and full day kindergarten for the 2019-2020 school year. To qualify, a child must reside in Paulsboro, be 4 years old for preschool, 5 years old for kindergarten, on or before October the 1st. Registration dates are as follows: April 24th, 25th, 26th for preschool, and April 29th and April 30th for kindergarten. Please visit www.paulsboro.k12.newjersey.us to register your child online. If you can't, call our schools, and they will help you. The secretaries are wonderful, allowing Slack. Well, Billingsport really has the pre-K. And parents, bring it in Paulsboro. We have wonderful preschool programs, John.
Oh, it's an important program. That's why that state money has been brought to the school districts for this purpose.
One thing the state did good, John.
Well,
preschool.
Almost. We're getting there. That's going to do it. We caught up on community notes. Next show, we're going to have some footage that Teresa Colanero shot at the distinguished alumni event that occurred at the high school last week. Wonderful event. I think that's going to do it.
John, wasn't it a great event?
Very nice.
Paulsboro, people coming back. They're so successful. And like you said, John, we meet them all over. See you on Broad Street, John, and go be great.
Until next time.
Smile, Braden. Yeah.
Oh, here's a camera.